Colombia, a country of incredible culture, salsa, music, and beauty. But typically when we think of Colombia, what do we think of? Cocaína, danger, Pablo Escobar, who was glorified in the immensely popular show Narcos, where he is painted as an anti-hero who had all the women, drugs, and power. Needless to say, when I got to my first stop in Colombia, Medellin, one of the most dangerous cities in the world at one point, I had no idea what to expect. With no initial signs of its past violence and brutality, I found Medellin to be incredibly eccentric, full of life, and vibey. So we decided to go to this local soccer game in Medellin, and no lie, it is the most lit sporting event I've ever been to. I guess you could say soccer is a big deal. For 2 hours, the energy is like this, standing, chanting the entire time. The passion from Colombians is unrivaled. Oh yeah, and the nightlife in Colombia is pretty good. And with so much life in Colombia, you almost forget that in the 80s, 90s, up to the early 2000s, life was extremely dangerous and difficult in Colombia because of Escobar. He had amassed an estimated $30 billion during his reign as leader of the Medellin cartel, and because of this, there were always these battles between him and other drug lords, between the Colombian guerrilla forces and the government, people just getting shot and killed up in the streets. So how do we move beyond this extreme violence into the beautiful, abundant city it is today? So many stories that showcase the courage and resilience of Colombian people. My favorite takes place in downtown Medellin. So when you're walking around downtown Medellin, there are these large bronze sculptures everywhere, and these are all built by Fernando Botero, who's Colombia's most famous artist. All of Botero's artwork is portrayed in large, rather plump people and objects with disproportionate ratios. And there's this little square that was once used to throw concerts. And in one of these concerts, June 1995, a bomb was placed inside one of Botero's bronze sculptures, this little bird, killing more than 30 people and injuring more than 200 people. Obviously, Medellin is devastated after this act of terrorism, and it's getting ready to clean up the rubble, getting ready to get rid of the broken statue, when the mayor gets a call from the artist Botero, who says, hey, don't clean up that statue, because the people will forget, and we have to show them that the city will not crumble under terrorism. So Botero actually creates a new bird and places it right next to the bird that was blown up. The old bird symbolizes the past, but the new one symbolizes rebirth and hope. And you see this attitude everywhere, especially in the way Colombians carry themselves. They're eternal optimists, ready to move beyond to a future full of hope and peace. Sweet, sweet nature. For a complete change of pace, I headed to Minca, a small mountain village 500 miles north of Medellin, full of waterfalls, mountains, and dense Colombian jungle. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be off-road motorbiking in these mountains. I'll be the first one to admit, I'm a huge bitch when it comes to things like this. I haven't even ridden a real motorbike before with all the clutching and the shifting, let alone in a strenuous jungle terrain. But with the 10-minute lesson on how to shift, we were off. And let me tell you, that 3-day motorbike tour across these beautiful jungle greens with 6 other people that I became really good friends with was one of the scariest but greatest things that I've ever done. Hey look, there's me. Whoa, slow down there, speed demon. Off-roading in this jungle terrain with all the ridiculous rocks and steep hills is pretty damn scary, but there's beauty to it. I'm gripping my bike like this, concentrated, focused, trying not to die. And every cell of my body is completely in the present moment. And there's such beauty to that. Try not to die, but after the 3 days, we're riding back into the nearest city. And we're feeling pretty damn confident after we just conquered these mountains. So we start swerving and going hella fast in and out of traffic. And let me tell you, South American traffic does not give a fuck. So we're swerving, and there's this moment where we're all at the same stoplight. We're so high off of adrenaline that we're just revving our engines and honking our horns. Absolutely surreal. There seems to be a lot of surreal moments in Colombia. It's in the beauty, the nature, and definitely the people.